So Beat Club has been out for a while. I was surprised to see that Timbaland had an MPC that came out, and I thought it was only going to be one. But they're selling them in the AKAI store, and you can buy them yourself, actually. So I'm thinking, like, this is a pretty cool idea. Now, if you don't know about Dr. Dre, he's kind of amazing. You got to realize that when he started out, he was just a DJ. He had a crew that was a wrecking crew that hung out, they did gigs. Then all of a sudden they couldn't do many more gigs, and the world was changing. Hip-hop was growing. But he knew Eazy-E, because Eazy-E lived down the block from him. And so Eazy-E invited him to come over and to do a set, DJ in the back of the crib. He does that, people love it. He starts selling mixtapes. And then he comes up with an idea that he wants to start a record label and actually put something on the map. Now you gotta realize at this point, it's around 1986, and there's no such thing as California hip hop by this time. So he has to get Eazy-E to go along with this. Eazy-E agrees, and Eazy-E starts Ruthless Records. So Dr. Dre calls his friend Ice Cube to come on over and write a rhyme.
And I wrote Boys in the Hood for him.
Dr. Dre takes his time and gets Eazy-E to say it the way he wants him to say it. They put the record out. And this is in 1987 around March. And the record's a hit. And Dr. Dre has his first hit record at 22 years old. And the record's called Boys in the Hood.
Making that GTA, cause the boys in the hood are always hard. You come talking that trash, we'll pull your car.
Now this gets really wild because this has never been done before. A 22-year-old kid creates a hit record with a friend of his. It starts to sell. They can now go further. So they decide to make a group up, and they see the possibilities. They make a group up called NWA. It's got Ice Cube, MC Ren, who lived down the block from Eazy-E, Eazy-E, and Dr. Dre. So they start writing rhymes. They get Dr. Dre's boy, Doc, to help write rhymes. Ice Cube's writing rhymes, and they're trying to put an album together as NWA. They're working in 1987, and this is while Eazy-E's record, Boys in the Hood, is still going. Then Eazy-E comes up with an idea. He wants to stop doing this, and he wants to do a girl hip-hop group. Now Dre and Ice Cube and Ren are thinking we're just getting started. They started doing shows, they started building a whole bunch of rhymes for an album, but no, they have to stop, and Dre has to stop production and do a brand new production for this girl group. So Dr. Dre makes up the beats, organizes the structure of it, listens to the rhymes. He gets it to where he likes what's going on. The girls like it. They put the track together, and then the record gets released in June of 1988. It's a hit record. It's his second record, but this record goes gold. It's selling all over the country and all over the world. And the girls are called JJ Fad, and the record is Supersonic.
Supersonic, motivating rhymes are creating.
Now this is a great idea that Eazy-E comes up with. And Dre starts to see that they got to have a pop hit record before they can put out this NWA group. They got to have the ability to get radio stations to play Dr. Dre's music. And it works. The songs are hit, they're doing good. So Dre goes back in and they work to finish off the NWA album. Now JJ McFadden is still selling. It starts in June 88. But they release NWA on August 8th in 1988. And it sells. It's a pretty big hit, but it's an album that's hitting. Now this is big. His third release is an album and he's selling records. Now labels are taking notice of this because at this point, DJs had never been top-end producers. You got a kid that at 22 has one hit record and then a hit record and an album at 23. This is starting to put California hip-hop on the map. So Dre wants to keep on going, of course. And now hip-hop producers in California are trying to book the same studio and other studios. Now this studio that Dre's been using gets a new item. It comes out on December 8th of 1988. AKAI releases the MPC 60 with Roger Lynn. The studio gets it and Dre starts to work with it. He loves the device. From this point on, he will only use an MPC 60, and by the time the MPC 3000 comes out, it's the only item he will ever use. He buys 4 MPC 3000 and he uses those from then on.
I'm like, okay, I gotta go through my recording process. I think some cuts over the hook just to make it sound like it's a hook.
This is the greatest producer.